This wasn't just a propaganda. This was time-targeted and politically motivated information warfare, and it came at a moment when Pakistan's diplomatic relevance in Middle East is rising. A narrative was pushed aggressively. Pakistan has betrayed Iran. Pakistan is secretly helping the United States with oil shipments. It spread fast, it looked real, but it was manufactured. Let's break it down. This campaign followed a clear structure. The narrative was initiated from India, it was amplified through networks in Afghanistan, and it was legitimized using fake Iranian identities, a classic disinformation model. Create, spread, authenticate. Fake outrage presented as a real sentiment, but the operation didn't stop at social media. It entered mainstream space. Several Indian media outlets picked up the same unverified claims and aired them without evidence, without verification, turning propaganda into perceived reality. This is how modern influence works, not just trending hashtags, but headline validation. Now ask a deeper question. Why now? Because Pakistan is no longer on the sidelines. It is actively positioning itself as a mediator in the US-Israel-Iran conflict, engaging both Tehran and Washington, and even being considered as a venue for peace talks. It has held multiple diplomatic engagements, maintained communication with both sides, and is part of ongoing efforts to de-escalate tensions in the region. In fact, reports even suggested Pakistan intervened diplomatically to keep Iranian officials off potential strike lists to preserve space for negotiations. This is not irrelevance. This is the strategic relevance, and this is where the discomfort begins. Because the rising role has not gone unnoticed. Even commentary emerging from Indian circles reflects unease with Pakistan's mediation efforts being openly dismissed or ridiculed despite its active diplomatic engagement. At the same time, Indian leadership has previously made inflammatory and derogatory remarks targeting Pakistan, reflecting a pattern of political frustration rather than constructive diplomacy. So what do you do when a rival gains diplomatic space? You don't confront it directly. You undermine it. You question its credibility. You flood the information space with doubt. You manufacture narratives that we can trust. But here's where the narrative collapses, because the facts don't support it. Pakistan's fuel reserves have actually increased from 24 to 28 days, supported by incoming shipments. And despite all claims of betrayal, Pakistani ships crossed the Strait of Hormuz with Iran's permission. If there was any breach of trust, that would not happen. So this was never about oil. It was about perception warfare, to paint Pakistan as unreliable, to damage its credibility as a mediator, to create distrust between Pakistan and Iran, and to disrupt fragile peace efforts in the Middle East. This is modern conflict, not just fought with weapons, but with narratives, networks, and noise. The conclusion is simple. A story was created, a reaction was engineered, a region was targeted, but the facts tell a different story. And in this battle, truth didn't trend, but it survived.